Namaste. I am Professor Dr. Pramod K. Raghav, Pro Vice Chancellor, Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science. In my today's lecture, we're going to wrap up the waste management in beverage industries. In my last series of 3 lectures, I have told a lot of things about the waste management, the type of waste, how to manage them, aerobic process, anaerobic process, liquid waste management, solid waste management. And in yesterday's lecture, I especially told how to minimize the waste, what type of various steps we can take, the techniques we can apply for minimizing the waste, because waste minimization is the first step in waste management. So what will be the benefit of all these things? What will be the advantages of waste management in a food industry, and if we talk about beverage industry also? So what comes in your mind? To me, the first advantage will be the clean environment. If you will properly manage the waste, either the solid waste or the liquid waste, the environment will be clean. The surroundings will be clean. There will be no foul smell, no bad odor. There will be no clutter. There will be no stagnated water, and waste will be very well, if you have managed it, your premise will look clean. So cleanliness will be there. Clean environment will be there. Clean surroundings will be there. And if cleanliness is there, the environment is clean, the surrounding of your premise is clean, even your premise is clean, then naturally the atmosphere there will be healthy from your point of contribution. And a healthy atmosphere, clean environment, clean surrounding leads to a healthy life. So naturally it's going to contribute a lot to the health of the people, health of the employee working there. So that's going to be the first advantage of having the waste management plan in place. And second, waste to value. You are converting waste in some valuable things. The waste which was going to give you nothing, now you are converting it into some valuable product. For example, from biodegradable solid waste, you can make compost, you can make vermicompost. Similarly, you are treating the wastewater and using it for the irrigation of your plant in your industry premise. You are using it for irrigation in the lawn and grasses. So that's how you are doing what? Ultimately, you are saving your bills of water, and you have converted that wastewater into a valuable thing. Similarly, you converted your solid waste into the compost. Next thing, what do you do? You can tap the energy from the waste, as I gave an example yesterday. So energy can be generated very well from the solid waste or liquid waste. For example, biogas production. And then employment generation will be there. When you have a waste management plan in place, you are generating the employment. Naturally, you will need the people who have to involve in completing the various steps in waste management. There may be some new equipment which is to be, operated by some trained person. Again, an opportunity for employment. So you are generating the employment also. You are improving the quality of your products. Your products will be more qualitative because you will be monitoring everything. You will be monitoring the waste. You will be monitoring how to minimize the waste. And all these things ultimately will affect the quality of your product. That is an added advantage of the waste management plan in place, if you are having a waste management plan in place. And the most important, compliance of regulations, environmental regulations, will be complying all of them. Because you have a waste management plan in place, naturally you will comply with the Environmental Protection Agency's pollution board regulations. you will modify your plan according to them. So you will be in good books of these agencies, and then you will be, further recognized by your customers. You will be recognized by your competitors, by other people in the same sector in which you are. Because whenever somebody is asking, they'll be giving you an example, and it is but natural. If someone will say where the water is being treated and used for the watering of the plants and the grasses, the people will give your example, and your consumers, you will be in the good books of consumers also. The consumers also pay attention, and brand reputation. Your brand will be highly reputed. Your brand reputation will increase. Your brand integrity will be matchless. So these are some of the very good advantages of having the waste management plan in place. And I have spoken a lot in last 3-4 lectures. You can very easily further throw light on all these advantages of having the waste management plan in place. And along with advantages, there are few disadvantages also. The disadvantages, the first disadvantage is investment of some money. You have to invest some amount for keeping a waste management plan in place. Then you may have to increase monitoring. You may need to employ a few people. But you know what? In the longer run, when your waste management plan will be sustainable for longer period, the benefits going to be great, priceless benefits. Like you cannot fix a price for your reputation of your brand. You cannot fix a price for treating the wastewater and using that further. So the investment which you are doing in the beginning, some industries, they count it as a disadvantage, but no, that looks it is a disadvantage, but in the longer run, it is not a disadvantage. And at the end of the day, what I would like to say, that after overcoming all the hurdles of intense monitoring, the hurdle of investment, the hurdle of learning the process, at the end of the day, the advantages will be of much higher importance as compared to these 2-3 disadvantages. And let me tell you the biggest advantage, again, the quality of the product. Your product will be qualitative. The raw material cost will be reduced, because when you will be monitoring, what will happen, as I told in my previous lectures, if your raw material is getting waste, it means something is wrong. It either the process is not optimized or the proper monitoring is not taking place. When you will do them, you will minimize the amount of waste from raw material. So what will happen? Your raw material, total cost of the raw material will reduce, because you'll be using it more and more part of this raw material, more and more, optimization of the operations involved in handling the raw material, in utilizing the raw material. That's going to happen. And what will happen next? The higher brand reputation, and you will be well known. So these are some major advantages of having a waste management plan in place. It was a short lecture, and I am supplying other supporting material and notes to you also. You can go through them. You can watch another video I added. You can watch this video. You can ask your queries and questions if you have any in the comment section of this YouTube, and I will resolve all of your questions and queries in the live session. That was all about today's brief lecture. Students, advantages and disadvantages of waste management plan if it is in place in your food industry. That's it for the day. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.